100K, 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 every day, we don't play, here to stay, we here to stay, concentrate, anticipate, it's okay,
And so these type of things are common, just like the same in Hex right now, in the Hex token, not to talk too much about it, but it's also going through its own split or fork, whereby it's moving away from the Ethereum chain and then forming its own pulse chain. But then the old token, the Hex token, the original one, is still going to be on the Ethereum chain, but then there's going to be a new one on the pulse chain. So I believe that same mechanism is also happening with Ethereum, and it's just going to be wild. That's why, honestly, I've turned into a real big observer in this market. What are we in 2022? 2022, I'm just going to be observing a lot, because I feel like if I try to do any key investments in 2022, man, I might be underwater. That's how I feel like. I feel like I was trying to draw a cycle together, and I saw that the cycles usually are a 3-year cycle from when it's the markets are supercharged to when they're to when the markets are super undervalued, and I saw that the next cycle should be around the end of 2020. The end of 2023.
Okay.
End of 2023.
Can I just give you one little small piece of advice? Since you're going to be in observer mode, don't throw away any hard drives in the meantime.
Woo.
If you still have a hard drive as opposed to a solid state drive these days.
I mean, any hard drives that you want to get rid of, I can hold it for you.
But that's the thing. Back then, he probably stored his crypto on his computer.
Yep.
Back then, on probably some type of cold wallet on his computer.
Yeah.
But now we have hardware wallets, whereby, such as help me out, Mike. Such as Trezor and Ledger, right? Such as Trezor and Ledger and the bunch. And so now probably you should tell me don't throw away your hardware wallet.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
Because that's the mechanism we're using right now.
Well, the savvy crypto enthusiasts, but because I've worked with a lot of people this year since getting into NFTs. And I can tell you, I would say probably the majority of people who have been into crypto for less than 2 years, they could very well. As a matter of fact, I've had to literally argue with people not to use, software wallets and things like that stored on their computer. So around the world, there's still going to be plenty of them not using hardware wallets.
Yeah,
they're storing them on their computer. As a matter of fact, one young lady that our whole group was trying to help, her computer got hacked. All her stuff, all her crypto, all her everything was on her computer, on her laptop.
You said she got hacked?
Oh yeah, she got hacked.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, she got hacked because she wasn't practicing good, crypto. What do they call it? Using sanitary practices, so to speak.
So she was unsanitary.
She was unsanitary.
And this is why at Mx3 we always talk about security. Forget about all the flashy numbers and volatility and try to make a profit. If you don't understand the technology, please take some time out to watch the videos. We have a whole set list of videos. Like and subscribe, because we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep going through this. At the end of the day, we go through these videos, but there is a moral to the story. There's a moral to the story. The moral of the story is that, as you can see, like from this man going back, trying to go back in time to recover, that means that Bitcoin became a valuable asset. You know, so for me, that's why the moral of the story that I get from this is that at the end of the day, these long-term investments, I know some may argue with that, but for me, I see that if he would have just held on, from 2013 to 2020, and that is the same vision that I have for some of these other coins that, you know, you may have, or I may have, or whatever anybody's working with. If you really believe in that coin, or you really believe in that investment or asset, you got to, in my opinion, I believe you got to look at it for the long term. I mean, guys, what you think?
Well, honestly, I wouldn't say that he wasn't. I wouldn't say that he wasn't looking at it that way. I think his practice was not all that great either, because he knew he had crypto on that laptop, so he pulled the drive out of it, but he threw it in a junk drive as opposed to, you know, putting it in a safe or somewhere, you know, and keeping it safe and secure. So I just think I wouldn't say he gave up or anything, but he didn't treat it the way it should have been treated. But again, back then it wasn't worth anything. And not knowing whether or not it was going to grow in value was probably why he treated it the way he treated it. But I completely agree with you in terms of having, and you know, I use a multi-pronged approach, because I look at active and I look at passive. So I look at short term and I look at long term. So I have some things set up for the long term, but I also have some things that I can continue to work on in the present. But I would definitely not have a long-term strategy. It's detrimental in anything, whether it be stocks and bonds, real estate, crypto, whatever it is. It's detrimental if you do not have a long-term strategy. You're just not playing the game right.
Yeah, because I mean, that's basically what Warren Buffett did, you know, and that is basically his strategy today. As old as he is, he still dollar cost averages into Coca-Cola products, or, you know, any of the tech companies or whatever he's invested in. He doesn't look at the volatility. He doesn't look at the ups and downs. He just, when he's ready to put the money, he just puts the money at a periodic rate and sees it climb, because he understands the value of that asset.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's maybe like a minute or two of this before we
just to chime in a little bit on that also, because one of the things that I noticed is that as he mentioned, he was one of the original people that purchased Bitcoin at the time.
Yeah,
that's right.
2008. He started looking for his hard drive in 2013, and as of 2022, 9 years later, he's still looking for that hard drive.
Good point.
Even though Bitcoin reached $60,000 last year in 2021, it's dipped a lot since then. But he continues to look for that hard drive. Why? Because he knows it's going to make a rebound. He knows Bitcoin is going to get back up there in value. And that's the reason why he's still looking for it. And that's kind of a testament to everyone that even though Bitcoin and cryptocurrency overall has dipped dramatically, it's going to make a rebound and it's going to be valuable. It could be even more valuable than it was last year in 2021. Yeah. So he's still investing his time and energy into finding that hard drive because it was worth $250 million last year. Next year or 2 years from now, it could be worth $1 billion. It could be worth $500 million. It could be worth so much more. So, and that's a testament. Again, Bitcoin dipped, but it's going to make a rebound. Cryptocurrency in general is going to make a rebound, and he's looking for his fortune.
Yeah.
Great point. And I can't believe people don't see that. I mean, what you said is so poetic, you know, and the thing is that people better mark your words, Mark, because it's going to happen.
Yes,
it's going to happen whereby they seeing it dip, then it floors. And then they just like, oh man, this was just another bubble. This was just another, you know, Ponzi scam, blah, 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 whatever they're gonna call it. And then probably, you know, that date I said, boom.
Yeah.
It's just gonna go up, past the latest high, which was 60,000, go up 80, probably flatten around 150. You know, and then people will just be biting their teeth like, why did I sell? Or you see the thing about this guy is it's called regret. The reason he's dumpster diving is he regrets the decisions that he made. And in life, sometimes you don't get second chances.
Right.
That's it. You think he's gonna find? I don't know. God bless him if he does.
You know what? Honestly, if I were a betting man, obviously if I'm dealing in crypto, I'm a betting man. So I'm betting on this guy. I'm betting on this guy because, you know, whether it was regret, short-sightedness, whatever the situation is, the only thing that matters is now, you know. And he's driven right now. He's driven. So, and he's got a team. He's put a team of people together. He's investing in this, man. He's made another investment just like he did back in 2009. He's made another investment that he knows is going to pay off. Is long and like I said, man, honestly, I'm sending the guy. I'm sending prayers to this guy. Seriously, I'm putting him up. Because honestly, and then what he said even at the outset when he was talking to the reporter is that he's not just looking for this for himself. He's actually looking to help his town. He's bringing them up to, you know, 21st century everything. So, you know, I mean, when you look to do something that's above and beyond yourself, man, I'm with you. I'm riding with you. Riding with you. Like hey. Captain America said, I'm riding with you to the end of the line. End of the line, buddy.
All right. I mean, look, that hard drive that's missing, you know, it's equivalent to like a lottery ticket.
Right.
It's equivalent to a lottery ticket. Like yes. You might as well call that a Powerball ticket. That's just sitting there. And the stories I've heard about people winning the lottery ticket, people change right away when they see those dollar signs. Right away. You know, I even saw a pastor talking about he's suing because somebody said that he would pay tithes with the ticket and they didn't. So he sued the person. So, I mean, all right. I hope he changes the society. I hope he does all that. All right, let's one more minute and then we run out of time.
All right, okay.
That's been struck by lightning, dropped in the sea, recovered from an airplane crash. Even the black box from the ill-fated Columbia Space Shuttle was recovered 99%.
Data retrieval is what you do. Let me run some scenarios. It's been buried underground, obviously, and it's just in a pool of water the whole time. Ruined?
Not necessarily. Plus, it's in a black bag. So I think it's going to have protection from the bin liner.
Okay, it's been buried in the ground next to, as it turns out, a fridge with a giant magnetic motor in it or something.
It won't be powerful enough to have caused any damage to that.
It was put next to another rubbish bag full of peanut butter.
Again, the seal should be intact. If you can get a hard drive to me intact, we're in great shape.
If we're successful in this, what I'm committing to do is to give every single person in Newport £50 in Bitcoin. That crypto-focused incubator fund, so any school leavers, they want to start a business, they can apply for a fund for help. We want to turn Newport and South Wales into a crypto mecca. We have fully funded this operation, we're fully insured.
We are still obviously very interested in this project and very committed.
We're still hoping that we get an approval from the council so that we can start.
You guys have limitless patience, can I just ask?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so I've been involved with Hans Peter and Gero since 2013. They've always told me that the funding to search for this project is there, but not until we get the okay from Newport City Council.
As you know, I'm a guest here, and James has kindly invited me along to just come and watch. Gwyn, are you technically the man who put it there?
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying, all of this, and the last 9 years of his life,
Yeah, it's my fault.
is technically,
Yeah, I ruined his life.
we're trying to get back what you put there.
Yeah.
How do you think it went then?
Pretty well, to be honest. We've put across a good case, I think. We've got all of the components of this recovery operation in place.
Do you know the one thing you've never mentioned? If it works and you get the hard drive, well, you'd be a very wealthy man, but you've never spoken to me about Ferraris.
I like cars just as much as the next guy in technology, but I try not to think that far ahead. Basically, what's next? I need to present that plan to Newport City Council and say to them, look, this is what we can bring to the table. Will you come to the table and negotiate? And if they don't, then I'll keep trying until they do.
That was an intense day. Just hearing his story direct from him is intense. Having seen his plan as they put the final touches to it, I'm not confident enough to say, yes, they're going to do it. But I think they could. I think they could do it. I think he's got the right team. And it's a moment we could all share. The world shared in it when it went wrong for him. So I think it's only right that the world would share in it when it goes right.
All right. So, man, yeah, he's got things lined up.
Yeah.
He's got things lined up. And like I said, the day of recovery, he knows his stuff. And the tools that they have now, honestly, the tools that are available these days, I have seen data recovered from drives that were mangled. But those platters, at least one of the platters was in place, because you don't know where that data is going to be on the drive. Because especially being that I'm assuming that was a hard drive that had to have come from a Windows computer. And Windows, especially back then, people didn't what you call defrag the drives a lot. Because when data is stored on a computer, you have bits and pieces all over the place until you run a program called defrag. And it's like you have things on your desk, you have all stuff all over, and the defrag basically puts everything back together, all the pieces of the file back together. So there could be pieces of that wallet all over the drive. And to be honest with you, in this case, that would actually be a good thing. Because if it were all together and in one spot and that spot was damaged, then you're done. But if it's bits and pieces, they can put enough of that together to recover that. And I'm saying wallet because, like we said, back then it had to have been a software wallet. I don't think hardware wallets were even a thing back then. So
yeah, I concur. I don't think they were a thing either. And that's definitely that. Data analyst, security, tech, dialogue,
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I you know, more power to him if he finds it. That'll be revolutionary, you know. But I just think the moral of the story is, you know, look at your assets, try to find long-term assets and protect them, have proper security, because you just never know which assets might go up. And funny thing is, plot twist, because life is so hilarious. What if if he does find the hard drive and then Bitcoin is valueless?
How would it be valueless?
What if Bitcoin drops all the way to probably $10 or something? All that hard work.
Oh my God.
And all those gentlemen.
Don't say that, man. And you see it in a news conference holding up the drive, and then in the background, newsflash, crypto is now at 0.
Crashed.
You think you smash the drive? Or just say, okay, I'll hold on to it till it comes back up.
You know, life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful.
Life is beautiful. And this is just another beautiful story.
Absolutely.
All right. So that's all the time we have for today. Awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. Please do not forget to subscribe, drop a like, and hit that notification button if you haven't already done so. Also, kindly leave some questions in the comments below so we can try our best to answer them for you. Once again, thank you so much. And we'll try to be on same time and keep you that relevant crypto information when you need it the most. Peace.
Namaste.
Keep it crypto.
Tomorrow can be a better day if you're looking to get some figures for better pay. Invest in yourself, man, that is the only way. Get your clout up, 100K followers. How you do that, man? By not being a follower. How you get there, man? Hustling and bustling. Then you spice it up, put some brain muscle in.